Hi, my name is Emma. I want to tell you about a very calm and peaceful day I had at the library. It was a special day for me because I needed some quiet time to relax, think, and read. The library is one of my favorite places in the city. It is quiet, clean, and full of interesting books. I woke up early that morning. The sun was shining through the curtains, and birds were singing outside my window. I stretched my arms, got out of bed, and made a cup of tea. After a light breakfast with toast and jam, I packed my bag. I put my notebook, pens, and a bottle of water in it. I also took my library card. I never forget it. I took the bus to the city center. The ride was short and peaceful. I looked out of the window and watched people walking to work and school. Some people looked tired, but others were smiling. When I arrived at the library, I walked up the stone steps and pushed the big glass door open. Inside, the library was quiet, just as I expected. The smell of books made me smile. I love that smell. It reminds me of school days and stories my mother used to read to me. I walked to the front desk and greeted the librarian. She smiled and said, "Good morning, Emma. Welcome back." I went to the reading room first. There were big wooden tables and soft chairs. A few people were already reading. I found a seat near the window and sat down. The sunlight made the room warm and comfortable. I opened my notebook and began to write down a few ideas. I want to write a short story one day. Writing in the library helps me focus. After writing for a while, I got up to explore the bookshelves. I love walking between the rows of books. There are so many stories, facts, and ideas waiting to be found. I picked up a book about travel. It had pictures of beautiful places around the world. I also found a novel about friendship and a small book of poems. I took them all and returned to my seat. I spent the next hour reading. The book of poems made me feel calm. The novel made me laugh. I love getting lost in stories. They help me forget my worries. I looked around and saw others doing the same. One girl was reading about science. A boy was studying history. A couple near the corner was reading a map and planning a trip. It felt peaceful to be surrounded by quiet people who love to learn. At lunchtime, I went to the small cafe inside the library. I ordered a sandwich and orange juice. The cafe was also quiet, with soft music playing in the background. I sat by the window and watched people pass by. It started to rain a little. I didn't mind. I enjoy watching the rain fall. After lunch, I returned to the reading room. I read a bit more and then closed my books. I wrote a few more notes in my notebook. I wrote about how I felt that day, calm, happy, and safe. Sometimes, we all need a quiet place to just be ourselves. The library gives me that feeling. Before I left, I went to the front desk again. I checked out 3 books to take home. The librarian smiled again and said, "Enjoy your reading." I thanked her and walked back out into the street. The rain had stopped, and the air smelled fresh. I walked to the bus stop, holding my books close to my chest. That evening, I made a cup of tea and sat by the window at home. I opened one of the books and started reading again. The day at the library stayed in my heart. It was simple, but it made me feel peaceful and happy. Sometimes, the best days are the quiet ones. I hope you enjoyed this story. Maybe you also like reading or spending time in quiet places. Thank you for listening to my day at the library. I'll talk to you again soon.